So mounted combat is now fully automated within the Foundry system. Now there's two aspects to this. There's the how it works when you're out of combat and how it works when you're within a structured combat situation. So when you're not in a combat round circumstances, if you right click on your token that's attached to the horse, so at the moment if you look at Zem here, he is actually attached to his warhorse. So when I move the warhorse, it will also move a Zem and keep the same rotations. But if I was to click on a Zem and right click, I've got the option, little down arrow, that is the dismount button, and what it will do, it will disconnect me from the horse, so it will unattach me from the horse's token, and it will move me to the point where it was that I mounted the horse. And then equally, if I want to mount a horse, you get within range and you click the horse icon, and that will then put you on the horse. So if I actually put us into a combat situation, now for this example I'm just using the fast rounds just because it's easier to show you and demonstrate. So if we have a quick look now, just so you know, the mount and dismount options will be grayed out while you're in combat unless you spend the 4 APs that are required for the mount action or dismount action. So if I just quickly skip everything apart from a Zem, if I select movement and 4 dismount actions, I can then click and dismount from the horse, and then if we start the next turn and we come down to a Zem, so if a Zem now uses the movement mount action, in fact let me just quickly show you, if we remove these, in fact we can move 2, that's fine. If he hasn't spent the 4 APs, you'll see the mount actions grayed out, but then if he spends his 4 action points, the mount action will be active and will allow him to mount the horse. So that's the first thing. So mount and dismount. Outside of combat you can do it freely. Within combat you must spend the 4 action points on the mount dismount action before that option is available to you. Now when it comes to charging and attacking from the horse, what I'm actually going to do is increase Zem's initiative just so I can show you something. So if you're on a horse and you clearly want to attack, and your horse is going to be maybe charging the ghoul here, if you're acting first in initiative, you can still select your 4 attack actions, but clearly at this point, especially when you're using fast rounds, you're not actually within range to do that attack. So what you can do, if you click on the ready icon and there's a hold option, and that will then hold the attack for a later action phase when someone else is acting. And then when it comes to the warhorse, what this warhorse wants to do, it's going to do a full attack, but at the same time it's going to be charging the ghoul. So it will charge at a run pace, and at this point the run -11, so that's the horse's footwork skill, will be reducing the horse's penalty for running. But if we now go back to a Zem, so because a Zem had a held action, he was waiting to come in range to do his attack, he lowers his spear and he attacks the ghoul with his spear attack. Now because I've held the action, you don't need to click anything to activate it, you can just make your attack roll. So with a Zem he does his spear attack. And then if we look at the options we've got here, now first things first, it's detected that the horse he's attached to is moving at a run pace. So that means a Zem will be subject to the -75 pace penalty for the horse doing a run pace. But a Zem doesn't use his footwork skill to reduce that. A Zem uses his mounted combat skill to reduce that. So if you look at a Zem, he's got a 30 mounted combat skill, and that means instead of being -75, he reduces that -75 penalty by his mounted combat skill, and that's where we're getting the -45 from. Now at the same time, a Zem is on a horse, so he's on higher ground than the ghoul, so it's automatically detected that as well. So it's pre-filled in the higher ground bonus, so a Zem will get +10 bonus for higher ground. Then at the same time, a Zem will also get the benefit of the pace of the horse in regards to charging. So because the horse is traveling at a run pace, Azem's attack will also gain the +1 size bonus from the horse travelling at a run pace. And also when you're in a situation where you're charging an enemy, not only do you get the bonus from the pace that horse is going at, you also get a size bonus that equals the size of your mount. So with the horse, because the horse is a large creature, which is 2 steps higher than a medium creature, so it goes medium, bigger than large, Azem will also get an additional +2 size bonus due to the size of the mount. So in total, he is charging, lowering his spear and attacking with a total of +3 size, 1 for the size and 2 for the size, 1 for the charge and 2 for the size of the mount. So then if we make that attack, again, the system will automatically know that an action was being held, and it will then record the action as being resolved. And then if we look at the attack action here, Azem's spear attack against the horse, he gets a skill bonus of 91, his pace penalty is -75, his mounted combat reduces that by 30, and he gets the higher ground bonus. And then if we actually look here where we've got the attacks, where we've got the damage that is dealt and the critical that is dealt, it shows that it's ×3 hits, and it's ×3 hits because the effective size of the attack is huge, which is due to the +2 size for the horse being large and +1 size for the charge. So that means that it's actually 3 size levels higher than medium, so you're getting ×3 bonus to hits due to the size. And then it's also showing here, so if you hover over it, it says +3 size, it will give you the breakdown. So mount size +2, charge +1, it will give you a net size adjustment of +3, and then that will deliver the attack. Now once Azem has made his attack, we can then go to his horse's attack. So his horse is still making the charge attack as well, so the horse will do a natural ram. And with the horse, you can see that it's automatically filled in the pace penalty. It will include the +1 size due to the charge, but in this case, it's not getting the additional bonus from its size added on, because that's already taken into account with the attack, because the creature is large anyway. So that's why it's only showing it as a charge bonus. And then when we make the attack, you can see that the horse will get its normal bonus, its pace penalty bonus, reduces it by footwork skill, and then with the size it will have a breakdown here. So it will be the attack adjustment size is +1 size, but because you see the attacker size is 2 and the defender size is 0, it's also gaining the net +2 due to the difference in size between the targets. And then it will obviously deliver its attack. So that's how mounted combat works, fully automated. One thing it's worth noting, if you already have a module included that you've installed yourself to deal with mounting horses and mounting tokens, it might be worth turning that module off in case it interferes with the Rolemaster Core mounted combat code. So that's mounted combat.